All right, let's dive right into this explainer. If you're working in modern human resources, or people operations as it's so often called now, you are right in the middle of a massive shift. You're not just doing administrative support anymore, right? You are a strategic business partner. But here's the rub. Your role has completely evolved, but the communication tools you're stuck using? Yeah, not so much. HR teams everywhere are facing this massive engagement gap. You've got crucial info to share, but the modern digitally native workforce just isn't engaging.
Which leads to a seriously painful question. Why do your employees ignore your most important documents? I mean, we've all been there. You spend literally weeks drafting this comprehensive policy update, or a beautiful new onboarding handbook. You export it as this giant PDF, blast it out over email, and then nothing. Crickets. You end up drowning in unread files, constantly answering the exact same questions over and over again because, let's be honest, nobody read the handbook. It's incredibly draining on your time and energy.
This really hits the nail on the head. As our source material puts it, the traditional employee handbook is a static monument that is often outdated the moment it is printed. A static monument. That is so true. When you rely on these linear, incredibly text-heavy formats, you're essentially causing cognitive overload. People just shut down. There's zero visual hierarchy, and honestly, it feels exactly like homework. To actually connect with today's workforce, you need something dynamic and visually engaging, not a dusty monument.
Section 1. The Gamma Paradigm, your AI design partner.
So, Gamma comes in and completely shifts how HR workflows happen. Think about the old way, traditional HR docs. It's all manual formatting, wrestling with aligning text boxes, and being totally boxed in by a rigid linear page. It's usually scattered across Word docs, PowerPoint decks, PDFs, you name it. But the Gamma framework, it's a whole different ballgame. It's card-based, scrollable, and totally web-native. It looks fantastic on a desktop, but here's the real kicker. It works perfectly on a mobile phone, which is absolutely crucial for hybrid or deskless teams. And the best part? The design layouts are AI automated. You just drop in the content and the AI instantly applies the visual hierarchy.
And get this, it takes less than 60 seconds. That is not an exaggeration. The Gamma agent can take a rough, super messy draft of a new HR policy, or honestly, even just a simple text prompt, and spin it into a polished, structured, interactive presentation in under a minute. It completely cures blank page syndrome. You literally just talk to the AI naturally, like, hey, rewrite this executive summary in a more formal tone, and it does all that heavy lifting for you.
Section 2. Recruiting and onboarding reimagined. Look, candidate experience is your biggest differentiator in today's competitive labor market. So let's walk through what the Gamma onboarding journey actually looks like in practice. There are 4 clear steps here. First up, the personalized guide. So instead of tossing a generic welcome packet at someone, the new hire gets a custom deck tailored specifically to their role. Second is information exploration. They can actually click through interactive org charts or watch embedded welcome videos at their own pace. Third, we have custom milestone tracking. And finally, automated follow-up. It takes that classic stressful first week and turns it into a totally seamless, welcoming experience.
But a huge piece of this puzzle is how all that information is stored. Gamma lets you build what are called AI knowledge hubs. Essentially, this is a centralized source of truth that fixes information scatter. Get this, new hires spend an average of 2.8 hours every single week just searching for the basic information they need to do their jobs, almost 3 hours. By pulling all of that into a living, web-native hub, companies are slashing onboarding time by an incredible 50 to 60%. So putting that into practice, you can build out a 90-day new hire roadmap, tracking everything from day 1 all the way to month 3 in a format that's highly visual and interactive, dramatically accelerates a new employee's ramp time. It lays out crystal clear expectations and bakes in performance recognition right from the start. That means the employee always knows exactly where they stand and exactly what they need to tackle next. No guessing games.
Section 3. Interactive learning and development. It is definitely time to ditch those passive training modules and move toward active learning. When you look at traditional L&D problems versus Gamma solutions, it's night and day. Dealing with low engagement? Well, Gamma treats the internet as a native component. That means you can embed YouTube videos, live typeform polls, or even interactive Miro boards right inside the training deck. No clunky tab switching required. Or maybe you're struggling with the sheer amount of time it takes to build a course. Just use Gamma agent prompts to auto-generate the structure. It can even pull in external web research, complete with citations, completely automatically.
Section 4.
enterprise security and analytics.
Now, we all know none of this matters to the C-suite if you can't measure the results, right? Well, Gamma Analytics is an absolute game changer for HR. We are moving way beyond those basic email open rates. Gamma gives you card-level engagement. This means you can see exactly who opened the deck, how much time they spent on every single card, and specifically where they dropped off. So if you send out a critical new compliance policy, you aren't just crossing your fingers and hoping they read it. The data shows you exactly who skipped past the safety protocols. It turns static content into a real-time dynamic feedback loop.
And of course, there's data protection. Enterprise security assurances are non-negotiable, especially for organizations handling highly sensitive payroll and performance data. Gamma is SOC 2 Type 2 certified and uses AES 256 encryption. But here is the absolute most important part for HR teams. If you're on a team or business plan, there is zero AI training on your content. Let me repeat that, zero. Your proprietary data is permanently locked down and completely excluded from training any AI models.
So, what's the ultimate business impact here? What's the so what? Well, teams that are leveraging these AI workflows are reporting a massive 70% productivity boost simply by eliminating all that manual formatting. On top of that, they're seeing a 30% reduction in time to hire. Why? Because recruitment materials and candidate profiles can be generated, personalized, and sent out so much faster.
All of this leaves us with one final pretty provocative question. Are you ready to make your HR communication human again? I know, it sounds a bit like a paradox, right? Using AI to become more human. But think about it. By automating the mechanical, tedious, time-consuming tasks of formatting and document creation, you're actually freeing yourself up to do what HR does best. You get to connect with people, coach your leaders, and actually build culture. Gamma isn't just changing how your documents look, it's completely changing how your entire organization connects.